Hey guys, and how's it going? Maniac Mower here. Previously we started working on this engine. It was a little while ago. You guys might not remember this. I know I forgot about it. I kind of put it on the back burner. I had a few other projects come in that I started working on, such as this engine right here, and then inside the other room we've got that 112, and then the 212 came. Actually, this is before the 212. A few things have started rolling in, and I just kind of put this on the back burner, thinking I'll get to it sometime later. And I think now is sometime later. It's a Kohler K181. We started working on it a while ago. We put the shroud on it. I'm not quite sure where we left off with it, what we were doing with it when I stopped working on it. I think we were... Oh, he had broken the flywheel pulley off, and we were looking for a socket or something to put on here. We were doing something with it. I forget. So I think today we are going to touch on this engine again and see if we can get it running. Generator is put on it. The generator does turn the right way. I didn't know what we were doing with it when we stopped. One of the bolts had broke in here. We were trying to turn it over with the generator. One of these bolts broke, and I think I just kind of left it alone. We were spinning it over with the drill, which really didn't seem to be working over too well. So that's what we were doing in the last video. I remember now. So let's go on ahead and get into it. I think we need to go on ahead and test it for spark. Points are hooked up, coil's hooked up. I don't remember if this coil is good or not. This might not be a good coil. This might have just been a junk coil, or a coil I was going to test to make sure it was good. Carburetor, as far as I'm aware, is clean. Spark plug, as far as I'm aware, is good. Everything on this engine, as far as I know, is good. It has got no muffler on it, so it's going to be loud. This is tight. Yeah. So what we are going to do in this video is we are going to pull this front shroud off. We are going to pull this flywheel off. I'm going to put a different flywheel on it. I actually think I am going to mount this engine into a tractor to make things a little bit easier on us working on it. Maybe not when it comes to getting this flywheel off. This engine, I have decided what I'm going to do. I'm sure you guys remember this engine when we got it running. This is going to go in the round fender here soon. Whenever I get that engine pulled out of it, because we got to put a new seal in it. That motor I want to put on my 200 series project. And then this engine's going to go in that tractor, because that one can take a fuel pump. I don't know if this one can. So that's what's going on right now. So let's go on ahead and dive into this guy, and let's see what we've got in store. Okay, let's go on ahead and dive into this engine. I've got it sitting here right now. I'm sure a lot of you are probably wondering what I'm going to end up doing with this engine. I'm not quite 100% sure on that, but we do have that 112, the one with the Tecumseh in it. I'm actually thinking about putting this engine in it. Or another tractor has come up recently. It's a Sears Super 12. I was thinking about getting and possibly putting this engine in it. So right now that's kind of what I'm thinking about at the moment with this engine. I've got another 8-horse Kohler to try running. It's sitting over there right now. I need to get another generator. Actually, I need to get another starter, but I do need to get another generator. I do have a couple more generators, but they spin the wrong way. I need to figure out how to get them to turn around and go the way I want them to. I'll have to mess around with that. I think if you open it up, you can get them to. Again, I'm not quite positive on that, but I am looking currently for a starter. There's actually two tractors I'm looking at right now. One of them is a John Deere 208. and the other one is that Sears. If I don't end up getting the 208, I'm going to get the Sears. If I don't get the Sears, I'm going to get the 208. So there's what you guys should expect here soon. Getting this off of here. Again, I'm not sure which one I'm going to end up with, but right now I'm kind of leaning more or less towards that Sears. I'd like the 208. This is actually I was turning that the wrong way. This is actually a hex head, but the Allen key I have for it I can't find because I used it on another tractor, and I think it's with that tractor. I don't remember which one it was. So we're just gonna use vice grips today. Oh, that dipstick's another thing I gotta address. I completely forgot about that actually. I think this engine may or may not have came off of Wheel Horse. I know one of them did. I think it was this one. Came off of Wheel Horse, judging by all the red on it. There is another engine though I need to grab. Put a head gasket on it. Let's go on ahead. I'm going to put these bolts back so I don't misplace them or lose them. Then after we do that, I guess we can go on ahead and get this pulled off of here, I do have a couple other flywheels I can throw on here. I'm going to end up throwing one of them on here, and once I get that flywheel on here, we can swap it, put the pulley on the front, hook it up to this, spin the engine over, start it up, see if it's got spark. Let me grab either I'm going to grab a socket for the impact, or I'm going to grab a wrench. One of the two. Went over there and I grabbed a wrench. I'm just going to find out what size this is. I think it's a 1 inch. Yes, it is. It's got a little bit of flex to it though, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Maybe it's a size smaller. I think it is. Grab another one size smaller. My 15/16 is gone, so I grabbed this one. No. Okay. We're going to go with 1 inch then, I guess. Unless I have a socket, we could throw one there. I think I used my 15 on something and I misplaced it somewhere else. So here is what we are going to do. We are going to get this loose. And once we get this loose, I'm sure everybody loves my my technique. I'm going to put it on this one because this one's a little bit more heavy duty than these little fins. I don't like putting it by the fins, but unfortunately that is how I'm going to do it. Unless I can seize the engine temporarily, which I would rather not do. Do I have something else over here? Maybe not. Let me see if I have something else that I can use to hold the flywheel in place. Let's try this. Let's see. This needed to bend a little bit if I'm correct anyway, so maybe it'll go in our favor. Oh wow, that was easy. Did this engine come with a flywheel on it? I don't remember now. I feel like it did. Because that was pretty easy to get. I didn't put any lubricating oil on it or anything either. Think of it, I don't think it did come with a... I think only one engine came with a flywheel on it. Don't hold me to that. We'll have to find out for sure. Grab my rubber mallet. I keep on using the thing. One thing I do need to do with this rubber mallet is put some glue in here, because this stem keeps on coming off, as you can see. Put some glue in here or something. Put this in there and make that hold it. But until then, that's the way I'm going to leave it. One pop right here, a pop right here, here, and down on bottom should free this flywheel. A few more than one. Hit it back here so it's not on the fins. Ready? I don't want to hit it too hard because that's why right there. Because that likes to come off. Ready? Where's my nylon mallet? I do have brass mallets, but I'd rather not use one of them. Here's what we could do. Put a crowbar behind that. Put the nut back on. I'd rather not do that because that's how those get busted. Or we could put it on this way. I need to get more of these. There we go, look at that. Yeah, these things get busted pretty easily. I really don't like to do that with them, but it's the easiest way to get flywheel off. So, ready? Put this back here. Okay, let's give it a different crowbar. Give it a good boom and maybe it'll come off. Give it a good blow. Ready? I was an idiot for thinking that would work. Brass mallet. Ready? There we go. We got it. And that bolt will come off. And I will show you. Ready? See? I gotta give it a little bit of extra help because it's on there the wrong way, but it will come off. See? That and taking these off isn't usually very easy either. Now when I put this back on, it'll go on easy with that problem, so. I picked up a nut around here somewhere. I want to see if it works on one of these 8 horses or not. Can't remember where I picked it up from. It was in my pocket. Let's take this off. And I found it when it fell out when I grabbed my keys. There we go. That don't look too bad. I think I have another flywheel around. I think they're upstairs or they're down here. Where are they? Oh, they're in this bucket. Well, I know you guys are going to throw fits, but unfortunately, I didn't have the correct one for the generator. I had this with the gears. I think it'll work just fine. We'll find out. I do want to run a bolt through all of them just to check and be sure. I'm hoping that'll fit like it should. Not rub on anything. Ain't rubbing that I know of, so that's good. We'll put these on so I don't forget them. Let's run a bolt real quick. Let me see if I have that size. That's too big. Don't hurt to try though. So, after 25 minutes of searching for it, I found it. It was sitting on my chair underneath a wrench. So yeah, see, it works. This is the one right here. So let's see about getting these threaded. I could run a tap through there, but I don't know if I have that size of tap. It is actually a few days later. I kind of put this on hold. I had something else come around I was working on, and I was doing some looking around the shop, and I know I said I didn't have any other flywheels like that. I was looking back here. Take a look what I found. I found a flywheel. It's missing some teeth though, as you can see, some fins. I think we could get away with putting that on there if we have to. That one right there looks like it's got something in it, but we'll only try using 2 bolt holes, so that should be okay. I know you guys saw it and you're probably wondering what this is. There's tractors underneath. It is the 68, the 69, the 216, and the round fender. I put them away for the winter. I'm putting them away for right now. No, I'm not going to leave them set all winter. I will come back here and turn them over for a bit. I drained all the gas and everything out of them, so I shouldn't have any problems here in the spring. The round fender, I'm not sure when, but I will be doing that engine swap like I've been talking about. I have the engine sitting here ready to go. I'm just waiting on the right time to do that. But that is not right now. Let's go on ahead and we will get into this engine. But like I showed you guys that flywheel back here, I'm not sure how this one's going to do. I think when we were here last, we were having some trouble with the spinning around. It was rubbing on the shroud, so more than likely it's not going to end up staying. I'm going to end up taking it off. So that's the plan for right now. I am just going to leave it on there for the time being. If it ends up being a problem here later on, I will take it off. So let's go on ahead and we will find out if this engine will turn over, and if it'll turn over, if it will run. So let's go on ahead and turn this over. Let's just see. Yeah, I think it's rubbing on this. So what do we want to do? Yeah, let's take this cover off. I think I'm going to leave that flywheel on there. But let's just take this cover off, and we got to take it off from right here first. We'll take it off on here, and then after we have it taken off, we'll take a look at it. I know the engine's turning over just fine, unless it's the magnets hitting on that plate underneath, which I don't think it is. This takes a starter. Oh, this is hooked up still. So that might be a interesting experience if that ends up flying off. Let's turn it. I want to try to loosen that. There we go. I forgot that it was on there. Okay, well, we could try turning it over now and see. Yeah, it's still having trouble. So we'll take this. That was easy. We'll take this guy out. We'll pull this guy over here. Let's actually put this back in our flywheel. Let's put this one in the flywheel too. That way they're both there. That looks like that could be our whole problem right here, actually, with how smashed in that piece is. But I think I'm just going to leave it like that. We'll take it off and we'll look at the cover. It could be the cover, it could be the flywheel causing it, it could be a number of things right now. We just want to get it running right now. That's it. There we go. Something's being pushed, almost like it's under pressure, which it shouldn't be under pressure at all. I don't know. Once this cover comes off, we will I'm actually not sure what I'm going to do, if I'm going to put this engine in the tractor and run it, or there was a wrench inside. I guess that could cause it. I wonder how long that wrench was in there. I don't even remember there being a wrench in there. But, oops. Good thing we didn't try running it. Unless it, I think it just fell in there actually. Not very long ago. I don't think it was in there all that long. I don't see any scratches from it. It doesn't look like this grill or this gear has been rubbing into it. I don't see any witness marks. Oh yeah, you do actually. I do see some witness marks. I guess it has up there in that corner. You can see it. Battery light's flashing. Well, let's go until the battery dies. Once the battery dies, I'll pop another battery in and get this done. Let's see. I'm going to hope this engine will run. I have no doubt this engine will start and run. We've gone through a lot of trouble for this thing. I do have I have two more engines we need to get running again. I do have three other Kohler 8 horses, but one of them is actually a parts donor, I found out. The other one has a bad head gasket. Not bad head gasket, but somebody pulled it apart and didn't put a head gasket on it. So that one will need a head gasket in order to get it running, but I think that one is just going to become a parts donor. It might or it might not become a parts donor. We'll see, depending on how things in it look. The one is already pulled apart, so I just pulled it the rest of the way apart and left it at that. So there we go. That's tight. That one is tight. That wasn't intentional to turn over the engine. There we go. Pop this belt on here. And once we get the belt popped on, hopefully, oh, is it gonna twist? I hope not. That'll suck. Where's it caught? Well, it didn't twist. That's good. This way, oh my God. It did. Where's that wrench? What size is this? 1/2 inch? How convenient. Well, maybe it didn't end up in the engine. Maybe it was just sitting there. Because I don't feel like I put a wrench in there when I last was dealing with it. But I guess it is a good thing we pulled that shroud off and found that wrench, even if it wasn't inside of the engine. Sounds like a timer just went off. I have some timers that were given to me, stopwatches. I'm not sure why they keep beeping, because I haven't set any times on them, but they're beeping and going off. So what I need, over here that, no. Well, hopefully this won't hurt it. What was I using before? I was using this idler pulley. Okay, I don't want to move. This pulley is junk. The bearing in it is no good, so I'm not that worried about it if it breaks. This. I wonder why it's not. I'm more worried about breaking the generator, but I don't have anything else I can use. And I really don't feel like having to replace a belt on an engine that I don't even know runs. Oh good. It is facing the right way. Cool. Okay, let's put this up some. I had a little crowbar sitting here. What did I do with it? There it is. Let's try that. I do want it to be tight. I don't know if it's going to be too tight or not, but I do want it to be tight. That way it's got a good grip. And if the belt breaks, then I got another one around here somewhere probably. I hope. There we go. So that's on. Is there anything else that we need to do on here before we can? You have got to be kidding me. We had it turned and then it decided it wanted to go crooked. Great. Well, I might just leave it like that. Oh well, it can it can stay like that. Is there anything else that we need to do? I don't think so. I think now we can go on ahead and test that coil. Once we've tested the coil, we can turn the engine over and find out if the engine has spark. If we don't have spark, then we do have another coil I could throw on here. Or if it's points, then we can diagnose points. I do want to check the oil in this engine though. So let's go on ahead and get into it. I'll go on ahead and get it set up and I'll bring you guys back afterwards. Now if you guys have been around my channel for a while, you probably know this setup and what I'm going to do. We are going to run jumper cables from the coil and ground to that battery sitting right there. This cable and this cable right here go to this battery charger that is going to be spinning the generator. Is there anything else that we need to do now before we plug this in and test the spark? I just want to turn it over here quick and make sure that that generator can turn over the engine. I'm going to set this for a higher voltage. And let's go on ahead and try it. Ready? This is the scary part. Okay, it's not turning it over. I wonder if our ground is the problem here. Or can't do that. Oh, that does look pretty clean. Let's go on ahead and try it now. Let's see, ready? Still no. I wonder what the deal is with that. That one right there is field. This one right here is power. I have done this before with this generator and it worked. Not spinning over the engine, but just I didn't have it hooked up to anything. Let's try that. Maybe that'll give it what I need. Ready? Here we go. Cool. So what we want is we want this engine, we want to make sure we have spark coming from right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that spark plug out. It has compression, it sounds like, so that's good. I'm not gonna say it has compression, but it does sound like it does, so. Where's my spark plug socket? I thought it was over there, but I guess not. There it is. I thought I had it over there with that engine, but I guess not. So. For those of you wondering, no, there was no gas in it. What's this plug look like? That plug is, okay, that plug looks pretty good. I'm going to put power to this, and we are going to find out if this engine has spark. Alright, let me put you guys where you can see it. And I will shut the lights off so that we can see it. There is a window over there, so it's not going to be completely dark. And there's a light up here too. I could shut this one off. Ready? Let me run this around. Whoops. Man, good thing I checked that. I had the wires swapped. Good thing I checked that. Alright, ready? Let's give it a test. I didn't see anything, did you? Okay, so with that being said, that is possible that ground could be the problem, so negative. I just want to make sure. That was kind of dusty when I first looked at it. Okay, put this. There is not very many good places to put these cables at, I've noticed on this engine. I would rather not have those right next to each other, but where is the plug at? Can you guys still see it? I gotta remember you're zoomed in. I don't want to put you too far over. Let's put power to it, and let's give it a shot. Ready? Let me grab my cord. And we will go on ahead and we will give it a test. Okay, I don't see spark. So, we've got one of three problems going on. It could be our coil is bad, the points are not aligned right, or the points are bad or not adjusted. That could be, it's one of them. So let's take a look at that engine and find out what's going on with it. Unclamp it from the table. I had it clamped because with that other engine we had it jump around quite a bit, and I'd much rather not end up having that happen again. It didn't fall off of the table, luckily, but we did get close a couple of times, so. There we go. Bring this up a little bit. Then once we bring it up, let's just see. I'm not that worried about jumpers anymore. They can fall for all I care. Oh, that could be our problem. Was that out the whole time, or did that just fall out? No, I wonder. Well, that's not loose. The coil is loose. I do notice that. Let's watch the points and make sure the points are moving. Right there's the points. Everything is still hooked up. I can turn them over. Yes. Okay, ready? Yes. Yep, they are turning over. So, that is not the problem. It could still be a bad ground, possibly. That could be it. I'm kind of leaning more towards possibly it could be a coil problem or ground. I'm almost tempted to say let's just dump some gas in it, try starting it up, and see if it goes. Where would be a good place to hook ground up to it? I had it hooked up to the bolts back here earlier. I know positive is good. That's hooked right up to that wire. Points are moving, so that's good. Nothing wrong right there. Well, what do we do? Benefit of the doubt, I ended up finding another spark plug wire, so let's go on ahead and try this one. Ready? Doesn't look to have spark. So, and of course, the battery's still plugged in. Let me unhook this real quick. We'll dump some gas in, and we will try starting it up with that, see if it works. If it does, good. If it doesn't, then shit. So let me run up there and get a can, and I'll be right back. Ran up front to the other building and I grabbed my little can of 2-stroke gas. Maybe it'll take off, maybe it won't. A little bit in there, just enough to hear it go. I did put 2-stroke in it. Reason is you don't know how long it's been setting, so it never hurts to put a little bit of 2-stroke in it, oil, just to help lubricate the engine a little bit. So choke it, or half choke. We'll leave it at half choke. Hook this up. You know, one thing I've heard happen before to people is they'll put their jumper pack, hook it up, and then they'll hear a little boom go off in the engine because the points were closed. Never had that happen. So let's try it. Ready? I think it's a little bit flooded. Damn. I do not think it is going to take. I think the coil might be shot. So let's just, well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know if the governor on this engine works. That's the thing. I don't want to put it open all the way just in case. So, well, you know what? Let's find out. Let it get all the air it needs. We'll just watch it. Ready? Yeah, I'd say that governor works. So, I watched it kick back. Cool. So, okay, that's a fail. Coil, possibly points. I'm gonna lean towards coil because I think this coil did come off of something before, and I think whatever it was on didn't have, something was wrong with it. And I think this actually came off of the 73. So we're just gonna unplug it, take that coil off, put a different coil on. I already have my coil picked out and I'm going to test, make sure it still works. It is sitting. Not sure if it's a good coil or not, but we will find out. So let's get this one unhooked. I think these are 5/16, if I'm correct. It's not a good thing when you know what size your nuts or bolts are by heart on your own piece of equipment. I mean, it's not a bad thing as long as you've got more than one. If you've only got one and you know every bolt and every nut on that machine what size it is, then there's something wrong there. So when I say something wrong, I mean it's being fixed a lot. Oh, that was one of those connections. Okay, that can come off and that can come off. These can go back on here. Is there anything else I need to pull off of here, or is that? I think that is it. That don't look like a bad coil. Oh, you know what this coil is missing? Yeah, that's right. The center of it got taken out. Luckily, this coil has a center in it. This is the one that came off of the 140. The center got taken out of it because the brand new one that he got for it didn't come with a center. So he took the center out of that one and put it in the new one. Kind of unfortunate, but oh well, shit happens, I guess. So this is a no good coil though, so we're gonna rob it. If that, okay. I wouldn't mind opening one of these coils up just to see what's inside. That's not gonna leak everywhere, is it? Not leak, I mean it's not gonna explode, is it? You guys see? Yeah. Let's that out all the way yet? How much more does that have to go? Come on. Okay. There we go. So we will put this guy in here. This is an older coil, but these older ones are known to be much better than those newer ones. So this is the one I'm going to use. There we go. That's in. You can see. As you can see. So put this. We'll take these two off. We'll put them on the other coil, I guess. Or put them in the cabinet. I got a cabinet now for my coils where I can keep them. Side goes where? Negative is points, right? I think so. I think negative is points and positive is the power coming in, right? That's right, right? Let me look real quick at another coil just to make sure. I have one right here. Yes. Okay, I was right. Positive is power coming in, negative is power going out or coming back. Either way, either way you want to say. Take that off of there. Oh, there's not a thing under there. So this one goes on the negative side here. Same with our condenser. Take them right there. Put that on there. Same with our nut. I can already hear all the jokes. Keep them to yourselves. And then this one needs to be tightened down. There we go. That's tight. You guys are perverted. And then we'll take this, put it here. Let me, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do this. Nah, you won't forget it. We'll just put it on there with the nut, I guess. There ain't no point in putting that on there and making it worse. I think this is actually a 3/8. This one right here that I have in my hand that I'm turning. I don't think that's a 5/16. It might be, it might not be. It looks a little bit bigger though. It might even be a 10mm. If it's not, let's find out. Is it? No, I don't think it was. It looks a little bit too big. Let me grab a 10, and if it's not a 10, then I'll grab it. My 10 is gone, but I do have a 3. We'll try 3. Yeah, I thought so. It was one of the two. Put it on. Okay. There we go. So we'll put that in here. Come on, go in. There we go. Now that is in. Do we tighten? Yeah, we might as well tighten that down. I don't see why not. It won't hurt. Nah, that's a loose nut. I'm not going to. Let's put power to it. It's already got fuel on it. We'll find out if it's got spark, if it kicks over. And if it kicks over, then good. So, I guess that is going to be our way of telling. Ready? Oh, I guess I better take power off then. I don't want to get zapped. Put power to here. There we go. Remind me that spark plug wire came off of the 216. And do not let me forget. Ready? Here we go. Let's see if this thing will get off. It shouldn't go very long if it does. Hear that? Let's it does want to run. It does have spark. That's good. Ready? I am going to leave, well, oh, no wonder the idle is so damn low. Let's try that again. Except for we are going to raise the idle a little bit. Why are my idles so damn low? We'll put it right there. Ready? We may need more gas in it actually. Here we go. Cool. Let's put a little bit more gas in it. I just want to verify and make sure that it is good. And let me get the battery unhooked. Put some gas in it, make sure it's good. If it's good, then we will run a cable from here to here, put some gas in that tank, fire it up, let the engine run. I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to let it run. Probably not as long as I did before with the other engine. Did I tighten this? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Okay. So that should come right out. Yeah. That's not a good habit to have. Make sure you tighten your stuff down, guys. Leaving stuff loose like that can cause havoc, especially if that plug was loose to the point where it was blowing out. I will admit, it did run a lot longer than I thought it was going to, and it ran a hell of a lot better than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it to run very good, or very well, or at all, so. If that tells you something, make sure not to. If it teaches you anything, it teaches you to not lose hope just yet. You know, my dad, when I was younger, the saying was, lenses never give up. And as you guys have seen, I haven't gave up on this engine, so. Ready? I live by that motto still. I think I overfilled it. Let's try again. It was running. I had it unhooked. Let's try again. Ready? Okay, it must be fully empty. That should do it. Yeah, I think I overfilled it just a little bit. Another thing I actually forgot about is we have to be careful with this engine because that oil tube could blow right out at any given second. So that's something we got to watch out for. Let's go on ahead and just play the cards, run a line from here to here, see how it does, if it runs, if it doesn't, you know. Can't say nothing until you try it, so we're going to try it. Let me grab a fuel line. And for those of you wondering, yes, I am going to secure the engine down. I'm not going to let it flop, jump off the table. And at least some of it can go to good use. It's running. Not going to run it very long, but it's running. Cool, it runs. So we need to get this tit back so it doesn't leak anymore. I also stumbled across this line here. I wonder if we can get this to work. I'd be kind of curious to find out. Let's find out. This is one of those, let's not quit on it. Okay guys, I'm back. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. I am putting this hose clamp on here. I may or may not leave that in the video because I don't think you guys saw what I was doing, so my bad. Let's try this screwdriver. Maybe this one will do it. No. This one just doesn't. Whatever. It's holding, so maybe it'll work. We've already leaked enough gas today, we might as well leak a little bit more. Let's try that. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Yeah, it's leaking. I figured it would. I figured it wouldn't make it very far at all. And that side will probably do the same. Okay, I just fixed the fuel system again. We are going to try and put fuel in it again, and we are going to see if it'll work this time or if it'll leak again. So, ready? Let's find out. Ain't leaking so far, that's good. I did tighten it down pretty tight, so maybe we fixed it. Maybe I didn't. Well, turn it this way, that way it can, because it looks like it's actually kind of creased currently. I'll move this back a little, give it a little bit more of a straight path. There we go. I don't see any leaking. That's good. Somebody want to stand here and hold this for me? It'd really help. Maybe the pull of it will pull the gas to it. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll see. Let's find out. Let's see if it'll pull the gas to it or if I'm gonna have to figure something else. Ready? Let's try it. Put power to it. It's not leaking anywhere, so that's good. This is still two-stroke like I said previously. Where is that gas cap? There it is. I have not put regular gas in it yet. The tank is, I would say, a quarter way full. So, ready? Try to get it to run a little bit better. time before it started throwing stuff. Looks like the belt might have broke. Oops. So we're gonna have to do something different. It was running. The only reason I stopped it was so I could come over here and adjust it. Then I was gonna start it back up, but seeing our belt broke, we may not be able to. So, well, I figured it was gonna break. I knew it was gonna break. It didn't look very good, so. You figure a belt that old, as old as that probably was, or hell, even older, could have been. I highly doubt that'll, well, maybe it will. Do you want to find out? Let's see. But it seems like it is pulling the gas towards it. I actually do want to secure that engine down again. It became loose. Ready? Let's see if it'll spin. Yeah, I didn't think it would. Okay, well, you guys got to see it run, and I need to sit down and mess with it more, but here's a belt. Steel. Because it's going to two-way tractor. Snatch the belt off of this engine over here, this red one. That's going to be going on to the round fender. Put it on temporarily, I guess. Don't let this one twist. Make sure it ain't twisted. It don't feel twisted anywhere. Nope. Cool. Keep an eye on it for sure. That's interesting. I would guess it went all the way around. Let's secure this a little bit better. I'll tell you guys, I am actually really impressed. It kind of blew my expectations out of the water. I was expecting it to run a little bit worse. But it did run, so again, it don't surprise me right now. These old Kohlers are really good engines. Looks like it was starting to pull. I couldn't tell if it was pulling in gas or not. I don't really think it was. I think it was just more or less what was already in the car before. Let's try that. Maybe it'll hold it down better. Ready? Let's find out. Here we go. I almost wondered if just in case things go wrong, we should put it up against that other bench. Ready? Sounds like a motorcycle engine. It runs good. The only complaint that I have about it though is it shakes the table. You know, everything's moving around. You got to be careful stuff doesn't fall. I was enjoying listening to it run, but right now the doors are shut, so I don't want to fume everything out. But at the same time, it is running, and it is running very good. I do want to dial that carburetor in just a little bit more. Maybe I had it pretty good throttle response where I had it at just now, but I think we could do just a little bit better, so we might not. I think that is where I'm going to leave it for this video. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Let's go a little bit lower. Good little motor. Running a lot longer than I expected. I think it was getting too much gas. I wonder if that was it. I have a funny feeling it may not have been getting enough gas when I adjusted it. Then I started doing that. Now it's getting too much. I wonder if that could be it. Well, I was wanting to run it out of gas anyway, so that's all she wrote. Okay, take care.